Thank you, Mr. President. I want to thank my colleagues for supporting this important legislation. As we've heard today, talking about the problems with domestic violence. And as we know, domestic violence is an insidious crime that has ramifications that are complex and complicated. And unfortunately, we know that every minute, 20 Americans are physically abused by their intimate partner. And today we heard statistics earlier about how most cases of domestic violence are never even reported. I want to thank all the advocates that have been here today, and I want to thank all my colleagues in the Senate for making it a commitment to fight back against domestic violence, to update our laws, to bring them into the 21st century. The bill before us right now, I'm so grateful because Angela Rivera, who's in the gallery, came to me and told me about her story. And working with the Center for Safety and Change in Rockland County, talking about the situation that her daughter faced, where we found that there's really a loophole in the law that unfortunately, when you are a survivor of domestic violence and you're fleeing that situation, your mode is not about justice. Your thinking mode is about survival. And you have to flee that situation. And we know there's so many problems that go along with that. One of the problems should not be the bureaucratic red tape that we set up in New York State government. So you have to report the crime in the jurisdiction where it took place. And in upstate New York, you know, in Westchester County, there's 40 different jurisdictions in one county. The idea behind this legislation is to allow a survivor of domestic violence to report that crime in any legal jurisdiction in the state of New York, any law enforcement jurisdiction. That case is then transferred to the law enforcement jurisdiction where it took place. This will allow for more survivors to be in a safe situation and hopefully for more cases to be reported. We need to do everything possible to bring perpetrators to justice, and more importantly is to keep survivors safe and make sure that they feel comfortable going to law enforcement and reporting the situation that has happened. So I want to thank my colleagues for supporting this legislation. I look forward to this being a day where we turn the chapter and we start to work aggressively, to eradicate domestic violence from New York State. We're realistic. We know it's not going to happen with one bill, but if we systematically work together towards bringing our laws up to date, we can do a lot of good and help thousands of people in our state and serve as a model for the rest of the nation to follow. So thank you to my colleagues. Thank you, Angela. Thank you for all the work that you've done, for being relentless, tireless on this pursuit. Thank you so much. I vote in the affirmative. Thank you, Mr. President.